Welcome to Aaron's Wine Talk. This is wine number 20. Wine number 20 is characterized by another Bordeaux wine. If you remember, our first ever wine was Chateau from the Medoc area, from the left bank of the region of Bordeaux. We talked a lot there on the region of Bordeaux. We're here now talking of Pomerol. And Pomerol, over here, as you can see on the label, is a village, a town on the right bank of the river Dordogne, on the right bank of the river Gironde, in the region of Bordeaux. It is an appellation for red wine only, and for growing mostly merlot grapes, together with the grape variety which is aromatic, like cabernet franc. There is no Cabernet Sauvignon here in this wine. They could use it, but they tend normally to use the blends of Merlot, Cabernet Franc. This is 90% Merlot with 10% Cabernet Franc, which, if you remember, has that aromas of pencil shavings. It gives that aromatic character to the wine. Well, there's a lot of terroir here in this wine. This is a premium wine. This is not cheap. This is imported by Dekel House in Mostar. Dominic Calleja imports this wine. And Chateau de Jacobins is the winery. Chateau de Jacobins within Pomerol, vintage 2015, which in Bordeaux, vintage 2015 was exceptional. Yes, there is poor, good, very good, and exceptional. Exceptional means that the price will go up even more. Even the quality will go up because there was everything correct during the vintage, during the winter months, spring, summer, autumn. Everything was perfect for a fantastic maturation of the wine. This means that the vintage 2015 not only will go up in price, it will go up in quality, it will go up in complexity, and it can also have fantastic aging potential. As you can see, this is a normal Bordeaux bottle. They have high shoulders. A Burgundy bottle will have lower shoulders. And Pomerol is typically a mise en bouteille wine, meaning that the wine has been bottled by the producer himself, Chateau de Jacobins. The grapes were not imported by farmers or brought over by farmers. The grapes were grown by the winemaker himself, and the wine was made by the winemaker himself and straight into the bottle. Well, this area is full of terroir. We said, yes, the climate is maritime climate coming from the Atlantic Ocean, which gives warm winters and warm summers, not hot, but just enough for the Merlot and Cabernet Franc grapes to ripen just perfectly. In 2015, they were exceptional. It is warmed up, the region, by, if you remember, the Gulf Stream, which comes from the Gulf of America, and south of Texas, south of Louisiana, and then goes near Florida, goes towards the Atlantic Ocean, and the warm Gulf Stream immediately goes into Europe, into the region of Bordeaux in France. And that warm Gulf Stream, it's a warm current that literally helps to heat up the vines and give more ripening to the grapes. The climate is very important here as well for the development of noble rot, which gives fantastic humidity to the wines, the white grapes of Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc, together with Muscatel white grapes. Remember the Sauterne wines of noble rot, which are really, really amazing. The soil is based out of gravel here. The gravel gives lots of good drainage for Merlot and Cabernet Franc, but also some sand and clay outcrops in the area, which help a lot to the drainage as well of the soil. Gravel also has an effect of promoting more ripening because it attracts heat, it absorbs the heat during the day, radiates the heat at night, and continues the ripening process of the grapes. So in this such of a maritime climate, you have more ripening in a 2015 vintage. Look at the color, how nice and deep intense it is. The wine is literally has very good viticulture techniques, mainly biological, biodynamic viticulture, using the positions of the stars, the planets, the sun. Amazing advanced technology in viticulture. No use of sprays to grow their vines. Amazing on quality. They have very good canopy management techniques in order to expose the grapes to the sun, and like that, there's no humidity of grey rot appearing on the grapes. Plus, they have a lot of fantastic viticulture methods where they use integrated pest management techniques in order to grow their vines. Pomerol is very close to another town or village, which is called Saint-Emilion. In fact, the other place where they grow merlot grapes with cabernet franc is definitely Saint-Emilion, another village for red wine production, which is also top quality wine. They have different soil structures over there. But Pomerol is also famous for producing Chateau Petrus. Petrus is a Merlot-based wine with 5% Cabernet Sauvignon, which goes up in price every year, but amazingly, they have fantastic reputation. But yes, this is the home as well of the top quality red wine Chateau Petrus and also Chateau Le Pin. Chateau Le Pin is also considered a fantastic top quality Bordeaux red right bank, not left bank. Because from the Atlantic Ocean you have the River Gironde, and the River Gironde is a very wide river coming from the Atlantic Ocean and goes to two small rivers, the River Garonne on the left bank and the River Dordogne on the right bank, where you have the villages of Saint-Emilion and Pomerol. So the left bank is mainly Cabernet Sauvignon based wines, whilst the right bank is mainly Merlot based wines. And these wines are blended. So blended between two grapes, they are vinified separately in two separate tanks, and then they have the equal percentages. Well, 90% is Merlot and 10% is Cabernet Franc. Merlot gives the fruity character, the velvety texture to the wine, the red cherry fruit character, the plummy fruit character, whilst the Cabernet Franc, as we said, gives that aromatic character of pencil shavings, which you will see when you come to smell it. This wine is also macerated on the skins for about a month, 24 days a month, with a higher temperature, let's say 25-28 degrees, in order to extract the color and tannins from the skins of the grape. And so we have quite good skin maceration with probably pigeage and remontage, punching down the crust of skins at the top of the vat to put it down to the bottom, and also remontage, pumping over the wine from the bottom to the top of the tank to break the crust of skins and extract more tannin and color to the wine. They probably do also maybe a delestage method where they rack the wine, they empty the wine, they decant it, and they return it back. Rack and return, delestage. They return it back to the skins, and like that, there's better extraction of color and tannin to the wine. Another modern way of extracting color. Not easy to extract this level of color in a wine, especially when Merlot grapes or Cabernet Franc grapes don't have so much thick skins. This is because also of vine age. The age of the vine is over 40 years old. We call it vine age. The older the vine, the better the quality. Plus the vine density there is very high. They have up to 8,000 to 10,000 vines per hectare, which is one of the highest in the world. The highest definitely is Burgundy for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. But with a high vine density, the French believe that the roots have to struggle in order to collect the nutrients from the soil. If the roots don't struggle, if the vine doesn't struggle, then you don't have the quality that you need. So there are many factors, as you can see, that affects wine quality in the wine. I didn't even start. And in vinification, this wine is also, after fermented, it is matured in the cellars, in their own cellars within the chateau, and at least for 24 months. They use a lot of French oak, coming from the forest of Algiers, forest nearby towards the center of France, and this is where they change about 30% of their barrels new every year. So that you have new oak with first year oak, second year oak, third year oak, in order to give it complexity to the wine. And oak will also give that aroma of tobacco, cigar box, cedar wood, aromatherapy styles of aromas, Cigar box and cedarwood is very typical of this wine. Maybe Cabernet Franc is helping in that type of aromatic aroma. Let us analyze it on appearance, nose, palate. On the appearance, we have quite a deep intensity. I'm quite amazed on the color. Normally, merlot is a medium intensity, but with good quality vines and grapes and soils, you're going to have a good intense color. This shows the wine can age. Also, I have a ruby color. It's still not yet garnet. It still needs to develop into garnet in another 10 years to go. This is still, well, it is developing, but it's still giving me a youthful hint for a Bordeaux red, a top quality Bordeaux red. The legs and tiers are normally medium level, but here at 13.5, you can see they are quite thick, they're quite long. They go down slightly, but it shows that's quite a good acceptable level of alcohol within a region like Bordeaux. Not easy to achieve alcohol in Bordeaux. And the level of alcohol is also an indication of good quality in the red wines. It also shows that the sugars were better ripened, the grapes were better ripened, higher levels of sugar, so that you have fantastic levels of alcohol. Very important, the sugar for alcohol in Bordeaux. Remember that the Bordeaux guys, they know how to keep their acidity in the wine. They are the experts in it. This is what amazes me most of Bordeaux and Burgundy, or else French wine in general. They have the climate for acidity. And acidity is so important for freshness. It is so important for longevity. And we will see that on the palate. On the nose, you can see there is a bit of highlights and tinted legs. That's good color extraction from Merlot Cabernet Franc grapes. Here, Cabernet Franc, they call it Boucher. It's another synonym of Cabernet Franc. Whilst Merlot, we call it Semillon Noir, the black grape variety of Semillon. On the nose, wow, that's medium plus intensity. It's on the high side. I love that aromatic character of Cabernet Franc. The pencil shaving aromas coming in. You have both red fruit and black fruit. Not only red, strawberry, cherry, raspberries there, but I get black plums, black carrots, blueberries, very rich fruit. I'm surprised that it is a Bordeaux wine, in fact, but it shows that the 2015 vintage helped in that style of aroma of fruit. Secondary aromas of oak, smokiness, toast, fantastic vanilla, coming from new oak as well. I love that vanillin coming in. And the cigar box, cedarwood, tobacco, so complex. On the tertiary, there is leather. And we said leather is an animal character that is a very complex aroma, red wine. That means that with age, it will become very, very meaty. So meat, game, savory, leather, animal will take over the fruit character with age. Still needs to open up. On the palate. The tannins are fine-grained, dusty, earthy tannins. You can taste the soil. So dusty. They pull. They give a long finish, those tannins, to the wine. The high levels of tannin. Wow, amazing how Merlot can give this level of tannin. Wow. So high, so well integrated with the acidity and the alcohol, all combined together. So this wine is dry, very high in tannin, they are soft, they are ripe, earthy, dusted, but they are definitely fine-grained. That's coming from a very good quality oak barrel, where they call them barriques. A barrique is a capacity of 2 to 5 liters within Bordeaux or Allier forest, where they get the barrels from. The intensity is very pronounced on the palate, much more than the nose. The fruit is explosive, very rich red and black fruit character. It has secondary of oak. It's got malolactic fermentation. I get the butter. Very buttery, creamy aspect. Full malolactic fermentation. It's making it so smooth. You can match it with cream-based sauces, definitely red meat or game dishes. Sirloin, fillet, ribeye, tomahawk, rump, all the best quality steaks you can talk of. Tannin will react with protein. The protein will soften that level of high tannin on the palate. It will soften it totally. And also bottle aging will soften the wine. This wine needs to bottle age for quite a long time. The finish is very long, ladies and gentlemen. I still taste the cedarwood, the tobacco coming out. The intensity is pronounced on the nose and palate. The acidity is so high, it keeps its freshness. It's always there. These are the champions of acidity, in my opinion. And this is a fantastic, top quality Pomerol, in my opinion. I think this is excellent. It's a premium Pomerol, not on the cheap side, but definitely to age minimum 10 years plus. So, I would say this will age about 20 years in the bottle very easily. So that's up to 2035. That's another 15 years from now, ladies and gentlemen, and probably it could age much more. Yeah, these Bordeaux wines need aging. They need to age. They need to aerate when you open. Open at least an hour before to help its aeration. Decanting can help, but an hour before would be enough for that high, level of aeration. Amazing wine. Thank you very much, Dickelhaus, for this style. Well done, Dominic. Serve at 18 degrees, 16 to 18 degrees, not higher than that, and store at 15 degrees Celsius. Thank you very much. That was wine number 20.